Hello, happy Sunday, guys. Are you ready for the big action tomorrow? Well, we gotta be prepared. So, welcome to our video this afternoon. This is Miss JD for our Sunday episode of our daily stock market insights. And I'm going to cover, of course, the most trending stocks plus the stocks that you guys have requested in the comment section of our uh, channel. Okay, but let me go ahead and invite you first. If this is the first time to watch my video, I'm inviting you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have videos every single day. Okay, so let's get started. um, so yesterday I created a video about eToro, about the best practices and the observations I have made on the secrets of the popular investors. What have I observed as a trend in how they deal with their stocks and how they manage their stocks and what made them popular. Okay, so if you want to check that out, I'll just put the link down below as well. Um, and yeah, so some of them said, of course, thank you, Miss JD from Arlen. Here, Mar, I will include MPI in my discussion today. Same with Pearly, APX, Amelia. Miss JD, thank you for the daily stock review. Been waiting for you every day. ACEX and AR. There, I'll include that as well. Um, Janica said, Miss JD, ano po sentiment niyo sa AR? A few days ago, in one of your videos, you noticed a massive notice foreign buying for the stock. Do you think it'll be like APL or is it too risky stock? Thank you for your insights. I'll go ahead and check that out as well. Okay. Noise said, I was about to sleep, but then I saw this on a notification. Thanks, Miss JD, for the update. Okay, it's BAU every day for all of us. I'm doing this, guys, of course, to enrich my technical analysis skills. We're building a skill here. So if you are with me every single day, then that's a plus point for all of us because we can only achieve a skill if there's repetition, if we study, we do our assignment. Okay, so it becomes muscle memory. Reading charts becomes a muscle memory, and that's why we're able to understand the overall direction of the stock in just a span of minutes, right? It speaks to you. So that's how I'm feeling right now with the daily rigor that we have, understanding and reading the charts. So I'm not a financial advisor. I only do this as a hobby. So please do your assignment as well and study. I always recommend to check out first the fundamentals of the stock, like AR, for instance. Let's understand why this stock is really pushing its price. I'm not sure if it did a ceiling play. I think it did a ceiling play last Friday. So we'll check that out as well. All right. Okay, so let's get started. So PSEI still maintaining. Okay, there's one thing that I wanted to add here. The foreign. So we know what has been the behavior of the foreign investors in not just one day, but at least historical data will show us that. Um, all right, so foreign selling is still there, but at the tolerable levels. All right, we are still holding at the MA20 line, which we said is also a critical area. Okay, so once this MA20 gets broken, then of course we will see a decline. At the moment, I'm still um, looking at it as a strong level, as a strong support level for our index, unless there's a major uh, negative news that would trigger the sentiment of the foreign investors to continue selling, then that's the time we can reconsider our positions in the blue chip companies that we have in our portfolio. But at the moment, it's still holding. So we will have to observe. At the same time, it is worth looking into each one because the index is not the sole influencer of the movement of the stocks in your portfolio, right? So we are going to go ahead and discuss our individual stocks. I'd like to first focus our discussion to MPI. MPI, FYI, is one of the stocks in the index owned by the, of course, Pangilinan. Um, Very stable company. It's just that this stock is just moving very, very slowly ever since. So I think if this is not the cheapest in the index, I think it is. I'm not sure. I haven't reviewed the other stocks yet, but ever since it's just been playing within the 4, 5, 6 level. That's just the see that pre-pandemic time, the highest it reached was around the 7 peso level. Okay, it gives out dividend, so that's nice. However, don't expect your stock to double in a span of weeks or even months. So if you're into the long-term investing and you want a good company, then this could be one. All right, but if you want your capital to grow faster, then of course you have to consider other growth stocks. It could be riskier, I know, but your money could earn faster. It's a double-edged sword, though. So if it declines, it could decline like 10, 15 minutes, 10, 15% in just a day or two. But this one, well, to give you an overview, uh, MPI MPI's project would be the highways, right? Infrastructure. So those are the key information that I can share with you today. Now, what is the current status of this stock? We had a bounce at the MA20 line, pretty much almost the same. The view of this chart is very close to how the index is looking at this point. So we had a bounce at the MA20 line, but we're also very near its resistance. So we have a resistance at the 455. So again, with the foreign selling that's happening, and if we do not have enough local investors really getting into this stock, chances are the selling would be more dominant in this occasion. So we could be extending by what 10 cents, and then we might see some slowing down in the coming days. The reason why I said that is because, of course, your RSI as well is also on a decline. So that means the momentum, while the price is moving higher and then we are about to reach this level, it's still declining. So at this point, I'd say this level is for long-term investors. But if you are interested in trading this, I'd say not at this point because I feel that it could stretch up to the 455, but it could decline again after that. Right? There are more foreign selling than buying at this point. Sorry about the background; it's noisy. Okay, for APX, I we have established here some lower highs, so I'm not too confident that it could continue its uptrend. Actually, it's more on a decline. It's if you observe this, we are creating a triangle here. So, for instance, right there. So we got rejected as we reached this level. So when a stock is on a decline, chances are when it jumps, okay, when it bounces, this one it bounced, it creates a lower high. So this is your high over here. It bounced, it's much lower than the previous one, and then it bounced again, much lower than the previous one. So be be extra vigilant on the next direction of the stock. If it does not break this channel over here, downward trend, then we might see continuation. So we'll see. Chances are it could become smaller and smaller and smaller. Sometimes it would result in your Bollinger Band being constricted. When I say constricted, it becomes like this over here. It becomes thinner and thinner until such time it's 50-50. Buyers and sellers are really on an equal footing, and they decide eventually who wins. But at this point, we could have smaller candlesticks in the coming days, and that's when you decide. You can draw the same line here and then probably use that as your main influencer when you make a decision. At this point, I'd say if you want to buy this stock, I'd say not yet.
Something. I remember doing cold water.
Okay. Next one is AR. AR. This was the what I mentioned the last time. There was a huge foreign buying that happened here, and I said something could be happening here. Something big might happen. Okay. And then you got some consolidation here. We are still at the MA20 line. Although what's interesting here is that when the stock reached 50%, the amount of foreign selling is just almost the same. So if my inference tells me right, the people who entered here, foreign buyers who entered here, already took profit here. So there's really not much volume left at this point. So what I can see here is that I just be a little extra careful because we maxed it out. Then chances are people who got FOMO, which is a no-no, that's something we should start removing from our DNA. This point, but we gotta face the fact people can be trapped here. They would see, oh, it's ceiling. There could be another play. So chances are by Monday we could even have a gap up. Okay, we could have a gap up, but my confidence level is really at around 30% now of its how far it could move up. So it could go gap up, move up, and then within the day profit taking. Okay, so that's my outlook. So unless there's really a big news here that I do not know, because if I got it right, if I was able to read this and there wasn't really any big news around this, unlike APL, there's a catalyst why the stock is moving higher. Like ACEN, there's a catalyst why the stock is moving higher. Right. So what I'm going to do now is I will try to see what the others are saying about this. Sometimes there are good information here. You just have to be extra careful what to believe in when you check out the thread here. See this 4 million here, and then 3.76 here. So we only have a few foreign investors already still in a position there. Um, what is this? Hmm. So, not much, no news on air. Ang daming na fake news na si Dennis Uy daw ang bibili. Classic pump and dump. Okay, so some people have the same sentiment. So just be extra careful. That's my 2 cents, guys. The foreign investors who invested at this point already took profit. Imagine in a span of 3 days, they got 50% gain. So also your RSI is declining. See that? So be extra careful. Yes, it could create a gap up, but mind you guys, chances are within the day it could decline. So at this point, this should already be profit taking level for those people who may have played this stock. So if you are already profitable here, I suggest watch the market as if you can watch the market by tomorrow. Please do and take profit. That's my 2 cents. All right. Next one is ACEX. What is the news here? No news. Okay, no big catalyst here. So at this point, what I can see as well for this stock is that your momentum is dying down, declining in momentum. That means as we go higher and higher, people feel that it is starting to become expensive. So just be mindful of this key level over here, the area where it is at right now, because that is a resistance. Now, two things can happen. While the resistance or RSI is on a decline, in the event we go breakout, so we end, let's say, one entire candlestick outside of this resistance level, then that's a different story. You have a momentum play. Then if you break that resistance, and let's say this is a 52-week high, if I'm not mistaken, this is also the all-time high, then it will establish brand new highs. And when we do have that, there's really no barrier, like there's no ceiling that would slow down the pace. So if the buying momentum is still really strong, then we could have massive movements going up. But at this point, I'd say closely monitor the performance by tomorrow. If the sentiment goes higher than 1652 and we end one entire candlestick outside of that, then that's already a breakout. But if the sentiment tomorrow is going down, plus of course your RSI is 1 point on the side of the bearish sentiment. So I'd say be extra careful. If you're already profitable, take profit. The foreign buying that happened here is not that significant, so nothing big for this stock. All right, so let's go and discuss the highly traded or the highly traded stocks from last Friday. Okay, BSC. What is the news in BSC? Backdoor listing. Let's take a look. BSC, why did it go massively high? But there was foreign selling. This could also be a pump and dump thing if I don't have um, if I can't find any news here. Backdoor CM2DC. So probably that could be the reason why it's starting to move up again. Sometimes things like this, backdoor listing, um, it could mean a positive move for a company. New energy, because this is also renewable energy, if I'm not mistaken. So same like ACEN, renewable energy is really the direction. So this could be a beginning, but at this point, third day of really significant moves. I'd say maybe you can haggle because foreign selling. Um, how much was the foreign buying here? So foreign investors already exited and took profit. So the amount they bought here, 70% or 80% have been already exited. They already took profit. So I'd say wait for, I feel this could also mean another red, another profit taking for this stock. So chances are it could go back to the 0.95. But this is also into the renewable energy. So if you are interested in engaging in this stock for a mid to long term investment, okay, try to haggle between 0.95 to 143. So in case there's still high volatility within the day, I have a strong feeling that 0.95 could be reached and then it bounces back up again. But for me, I think a support will be established right at this level. 0.95. The next stock is APL. Okay, APL, we had a breakout. Okay, so we had a breakout, and foreign buying was huge. Yes, last Friday. So I think this could be for those people who already had a good base over here. This could be a good area to add more volume, as I feel like we could be moving up somewhere. Okay, so APL, we've read it. This company has a huge partnership with a Chinese, I think Lao. I forgot the whole name, but partnership with, or a project with a Chinese company for them to mine. I forgot that mineral, that magnetite. I forgot the name of that mineral they're mining in Cagayan. So at least at least we have that story. We know what's influencing the movement of a stock. So my recommendation here, if you already started offshore eco-friendly here, magnetite. Yeah, I think that's the one. So if you are interested in engaging in APL, my take on this, guys, yes, it's profitable. You're profitable right now. If you want, you can lock in some profit, but look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture, because I don't think it'll stop around the point 30. There could be more to this stock. All right. So the foreign investors entered here, exited here, but they entered here again. And why did they enter there? Because they know there could be movement going up. There could be some more sentiment to the upside. Okay, so that's my take. And still, it's up to you guys. Okay, it's up to you. By the way, volume is also increasing. Um, Depends on your appetite. If you're a conservative long-term investor and who would only be more comfortable in investing in blue chip companies, go ahead. But if you're also into growth stocks, stocks that are cheap right now, but there is a story, there is a big catalyst why the stock is moving higher, then this could be one. Okay, there are a few more. There are a few more in this space. Okay, so that's our outlook. PHA. I know this is another stock that has also a good catalyst, but I just forgot the story. Feel free to drop a comment. On the other hand, what I can see here is that um, I feel that we are starting to see some slowing down at this point. I think it is going to create a resistance, a new resistance right at this level, with our foreign selling already starting to take profit again. They were accumulating as we go higher and higher, and now they've started to lock in some gains. So at this point, if it retraces, I say if you want to catch it, could be here or here. Okay, one area is here to fill this gap, or two things. It could just create a support at this level. Probably a long wick to touch this area and then go up again. So your call if you want to be on uh, in a sure slot. 199 is a good entry, but if you're really conservative, 163 is. Okay, so what could be your trigger tomorrow if the sentiment starts moving below the 288? Then that's time to say, okay, there indeed, that's a validation that they're taking profit and will potentially go back to the 199. I'm not saying that everything will happen on a Monday. It could happen in the next few days. But overall, given that 3 days straight this area has been touched and the bounces are happening or happened at that point, then that could be our support. Okay, so it could go back there. Next is ACEN. ACEN here. Okay, so we said that this is a good area. It bounced. Yep, true. Um, overall, we have I personally have a strong outlook here, given that of course this is also into the renewable energy and Ayala um, Ayala manned or Ayala one of the Ayala companies. Okay, so there was a rejection here, but we could just be doing sideways first, then it will continue to move up. So if you have not entered here yet, the probability of it reaching 598 or 6 is still, there's still a chance, right? There is still a chance. But take note, we already have foreign buying over here. So we don't know. We could start the price at 648, touch this, and then continue to move up. If not, we could go the moment we cross the MA29, then that's a sure upturn. Okay, so this is our support at the moment. So anywhere between 598 and 648 is a good area. And the basis of my statement today is I am under the impression that you are looking at the bigger picture of the stock from mid to long term. Okay, so the moment it touches this level, just bear in mind that there could be some overshoot downwards because there's another support. This is a strong support for me, 537. In the event it touches that area, I definitely will be adding more here. Just note that I entered in the stock at this point. This day I entered in the stock this day. Okay, so we're already a green at this point, but I'm still anticipating that I will be given a chance to add more here or here. So that is for ACEN. AR, we already talked about it. DTO is just giving you guys a chance. It's establishing a new support at this point. Okay, probably giving everyone a chance to re-enter or start or add more. But definitely, it's just a the stock is just bound to move up because we're nearing, okay, the launch date of eToro. We're just, if I'm not mistaken, we're just waiting for the result of the technical uh, testing, right, of their services. But of course, they said that they're confident that they will pass that. They'll pass the technical test. So at this point, I'd say 4 days straight plus this day, January 7th and January 6th, that area was also touched. So we are establishing new support at this point. We also had foreign buying that happened for the past 4 days, so they're accumulating. Um, and the volume is just they're also observing test buys probably. So what about TBGI? Foreign selling. So the accumulation that they did here, I'm not sure if it will sum up to this one, but they were accumulating at this point, guys. So again, similar to AR, I see this as another example of a pump and dump. I haven't seen any news about this stuff. So yeah, be extra careful. We could have a gap up, which is a result of FOMO, and then people will be pushing it higher. I don't know. First 30 minutes, it could push the price higher, and then all the way down, go back to its true value. So that's my take. Take note, foreign selling. There was foreign selling. So the past how many days they've been accumulating paid off, and now they're exiting. So that's my take. Be extra careful. MRC also is on a resistance, and we might experience this stock resting as well. But the or the nearest area of possible bounce that we cannot neglect at this point would be the 0.71. Next would be around this level. Of course, your MA20, which is given that we have this kind of formation, there could be slight overshoot at the 0.61. But overall, I see the stock resting for a while. Hopefully it will just stabilize at the 0.71. But at this point, this is already a profit-taking level, unless you're a mid to long-term investor. So when it dips, that's the time you buy. So I know it could still be cheap at this point, but I think you can still get it at a much cheaper price. MerryMart, okay, MerryMart bounced. I already re-entered. I took profit here. I re-entered here. So I think we will have more push going up. Okay, we had good candlestick here. So also the foreign selling is not that huge. Yep. Nearest resistance I see is right here, 8.08. Um, there's also another news about MerryMart. I think something to do with warehouse wholesale. So they've launched that as well recently. That's the wholesale sector or market is another area they want to penetrate. There was a news here the other day. This year you'll be a cash cow. Heads up, SNR and lenders. Okay, so this is yep. So they want to compete with SNR and lenders. So just read through that. I know there was a news about this stuff. Who is this? Um, I'm sure you have read that news over the weekend. There, what's this? Injopsia's MerryMart competing with SNR and Ladders, launching its own warehouse club. There you go. To begin this April, in time for the completion of its 11,000 square meter warehouse in Tarlac. Members may pick up from warehouses or opt for delivery. Interesting, interesting. So, yes, there could be more to come for MerryMart. So, um, I think personally, just to share my thoughts, this is the stock I can start accumulating more at this point. So I entered right here. I already took profit here, so at least we were already profitable and they just re-entered back here. So that's a good one. BDO. BDO still in my portfolio. Retracing, but good thing it recovered after this. I didn't buy anymore. I know I was so tempted, but I said, let me try the growth stocks for now. But I still have, I think, 25% or 20% of my port in BDO. So it could retrace and bounce at this level. We have a support at the MA20 line. We're moving higher than the MA20 line, so definitely MA20 could still be an area to watch out for. But I still see sideways before it goes up. That's why I'm not exiting totally, because I'm looking at the bigger picture here. Just want to have, I don't know, 50% out of it when it goes back. Because I had my average around 93. So I want to have some good gains there. BPI. BPI here also doing sideways, but we're already higher than the MA20 line, so 83.33. Um, no big moves. I don't expect any big movements here, similar to the index. Sideways. The outlook here is sideways movement for this stock. Then it could, well, let's see. If it touches 83.33, if it is going to hold, then let's see if it is going to bounce there. JFC, this is rejected at the MA20, so it could go down some more. This is the stock I'm thinking of exiting. Yeah, because we already climbed up so high over here, and then um, we got rejected again. Consistent foreign selling. So the charisma of JFC is starting to die down at this point, or profit taking is already happening because after that strong movement back in November to December, it's already declining. So yeah, that's something I will consider tomorrow. Ali, yeah, same with JFC. We crossed the MA20 line, right? And we're still outside of the Bollinger Band. This is triggering some more declines in the coming days. First area to test would be 3860, and then if it continues to decline, next area to test would be this level. Okay, but overall, I see it declining. 38.73 guys and 35.78. If you're already profitable, consider locking in some gains. And if you want, just re-enter down below. At least you have already, you could buy more shares from the gains that you get. Okay. Pure gold. Pure gold still on a decline. Nothing big here. While it's true that when we did stabilized here, double bottom over here, you got some uh, movement going up in terms of your RSI. So that's something to consider. But unless I see a green candlestick forming at this area, engulfing the red candlestick here, we're still not safe because it also did the same here, right? Did sideways here, flat at this point, and then slowly your RSI was moving up. But the bounce that it gave us was just very nominal, meaning very small. So at this point, we just probably are going to move sideways here. But a green candlestick could be a good validation. Pure gold, the sentiment of the investors in pure gold, or the investors in pure gold, have shifted their sentiment and probably must have transferred to MerryMart. So the stardom. I don't know what term to use, but um, the popularity of MerryMart is not helping at all for pure gold. The popularity that the MerryMart has gained. Tech here. I know there was a good news on this stock, but it was just short lived, um, and it retraced. This is an example of sell on news. Despite the good content of the news, then traders just merely exited. But guys, mind you, foreign buying is already starting to accumulate here. So I would say uh, good area, good area to start considering and start accumulating. The reason why I'm saying that is for mid to long term investors. The latest news that they had was really good. Just read the news, and at the same time, the risk to reward ratio here is we have better reward ratio than the risk. It also gives out some dividend, but don't expect too much from that. It's really really small. Okay, so at this point, well, I was in a position here, but I took profit here too early. I must have waited to maximize my gain, but I already locked in and exited. So I'm just waiting for a good entry point again for tech. But right now, my focus would be around APL, ACEN, MerryMart, Dito. Those are my focus stocks. That's it for I think this episode. I'll try my best to add one more video tonight for the remaining stocks here, plus the stocks that you guys will be dropping in the comment section. So I hope you have learned something today, and I hope we are all profitable tomorrow. So guys, if you have not watched my video about eToro, I can probably put the link down below. uh, you may start engaging in the US market, cryptocurrency, forex. In this platform, it's free. No charge when you create an account, but I think the minimum amount to start trading would be $500, and any bank here in the country is accepted. PayPal is accepted when you deposit. So pretty easy, very easy to navigate through, user friendly indeed. So you might want to check that out as well. I'm also in Patreon, but my community there is really really small. So I hope it'll be fun if we have more people in Patreon, and I also have a link down below. Thank you guys for watching, and chat with you again next time. Hopefully by tonight I could record another one. Thank you and bye bye.